Hi everyone, Paul from LiteBox Architecture. I thought I'd have a chat with you today about technology in your home, especially when you're renovating or extending your property. Now there's lots of options that you can utilise when you're renovating and extending, from the sorts of technology available, whether you want to run something from a home hub, whether you want to run things from an app on your iPhone or your iPad. And there's lots of different things to consider, and to consider where furnishing, etc. will be placed. So one of the reasons I decided to do a video today about home technology is I'm renovating my own home at the moment. And so this has been a big consideration for myself and my family as to what we need in our house. You know, do we want Cat6 cabling? Do we want all the cables hidden in the wall so that you can't see them? So what sort of technology are we going to use? So this has been quite a decision for ourselves to make. So there's lots of options of things that you can utilise when you're looking at home technology. And this depends on whether you want to run this from a home hub, whether you want to integrate some of the apps such as Hive, Nest, Amazon, or whether you want to run it from your iPad or your iPhone. So let's have a little discussion about the types of things that you'll need to consider when you're looking at the home technology that you want to install. So firstly, let's think about just general sockets. Where's your furniture going to go in your home, and where will you want sockets? Do you want single sockets? Do you want double sockets? So you could choose your white sockets that are very basic, or you could opt for brushed chrome, aluminium, nickel, matte black. There's lots of options out there. Also, what you might think about is whether or not you want to integrate USB ports in your sockets. So that means that you can charge your technology, iPhones, iPads, anything else that runs off USB, laptops, that you can charge directly from your plug socket. And that obviously isn't taking up the spaces that you've got for sockets for other things such as bedside lights, table lamps, those sorts of things. So one of the biggest things is working out where you want to locate the sockets. Whereabouts in the room potentially are you going to need electricity points? So you need to think about where you're going to position your furniture, such as where is the bed going to go? Are you going to want sockets either side of your bedside tables? Potentially where you might put a TV, where you would like a lamp. Is there anything else furniture-wise that you would want to integrate that you may need a socket for? So you really need to think about how things are going to be placed and where furniture is going to be placed in your property to be able to work out an idea of where you're going to need these things. So this is obviously definitely something that really needs to be considered. Now moving on from just your basic sockets, moving on to lighting. So again, there's lots and lots of options out there for you for lighting. So what sort of types of light do you want? Do you want downlighters, LEDs? Do you want spotlights on a bar? Do you want a chandelier of some sort? Do you just want a basic pendant in the room? So then we're looking at, do you want lighting that's dimmable, so you're able to add some kind of mood lighting? Do you want lighting that you are able to change the colour? So that might be that you can use an app on your phone where you can change it from lots of different colours, from red to blue to green to yellow. Equally, you may just want standard lighting, so you could have warm lighting, which is your normal kind of bulbs that you would get now. You may wish to have daylight lamps or downlighters. You may wish to have cold light, which is a very bright light. So you may need different types of light for different types of areas. So for instance, if you're in an area where you're going to be working, you may want a bright light or a daylight. Whereas when you're sitting in your lounge area, maybe you want to watch TV, you may want either a warm light or a very much dimmable lower light, just to set a little bit more of a mood. So also LED strip lighting has become very popular and is very accessible now. So LED strip lighting can be used in a variety of locations. You know, this could be to highlight a feature in your home, such as the stairs, the kitchen. It may be to create a mood somewhere. You may run LED strip lighting in a corridor or a hallway in order to give it a little bit of effect. So this is also something else that you can consider as part of the technology in your home for your lighting layout. So then we come on to home hubs. How are you going to use the technology? Are you looking at using an app such as Hive, Nest or Amazon? Are you plugging your Alexa or your Google into the system so things can be activated by voice recognition? Are you looking at having a switch unit where you can have lots of your network points joined into a switch unit, and that may then run into a server device where you can store lots of photos and other files on a server unit that is part of a home hub? So another option is whether or not to put in Cat6 cabling, which generally used to be a lot more in commercial properties for data networking. But obviously in your homes these days, we use a lot more internet and a lot more data, and so we want faster and faster speeds. So it's really good to have a network port in every bedroom or in your working spaces or living spaces. For instance, you plug your laptop in, rather than using your standard Wi-Fi connection, which may be really good, you may want to plug into a network port somewhere in that particular room or in your bedroom, if it's one of the kids' rooms that are doing homework, because you will get a faster internet download speed. And that speeds things up a lot quicker, and you're able to download things from the internet at that faster rate. So one of the points to consider with adding in home technology is obviously that is going to affect your budget. So any of the equipment that you decide to integrate as part of your project is going to have an impact on your budget, and that budget is going to increase. So if you take something simple as a basic socket, so a basic white socket may cost you somewhere between the region of £3 to £5, as opposed to a USB socket that will cost you around £20. Now that's a big difference in cost, and obviously you can then see multiplied up across the whole of your project how that is going to increase your budget massively. And so that's something that you need to consider when you're working out what your budget is for this project. But also you need to trade that off with the sort of things that you're going to use technology-wise and what you want in your own home. Another question was home security. This is a big thing now with cameras that you can buy at relatively low cost and can be installed around your home to give you some home security, so that you can see from a simple app on your iPad or your own iPhone or your laptop that you can see if there is anybody coming to your home. We've got Ring doorbells, things like this that have been integrated into daily life, so that you can see when you've got deliveries, you can speak to somebody when they come to your home to knock on your door. So this is really important for people. And so running cameras around, you need to think about power to these cameras. You also need to think about Cat6 cabling in order to be able to connect these cameras then into your home hub and to access internet in order to be able to use them from the apps that you need. Now, I'm not an expert on home hubs, home technology, but I understand the basis of what clients will need in order to integrate this into their homes as part of the project, and at what point they will obviously need to consider this. So it's really good to consider this at a design point of view. So when you have floor plans and you have an idea how the space is going to be laid out of your main structure and what each individual rooms are, you then need to think about how you're going to use those rooms, what furniture you will need, and what technology you'd like to integrate into your home. So be prepared. These are the sort of questions that are going to come up. These are the sort of things that you need to think about, especially with home technology. And obviously the technology that is available out there is vast and wide and comes in all shapes and sizes and all different costs. Now, if you've got a project in mind, you're thinking of extending your home or renovating, or you're looking for a new build, then please get in touch with us. This is something we can definitely help you with. So if you're thinking about integrating home technology into your project, then give us a call and we can have a chat with you about it. If you have a project in mind, then please get in touch with us. You can contact us at www.liteboxarchitecture.co.uk. You could drop us an email at info@liteboxarchitecture.co.uk, or you could contact us at 024 76 629 192, and we'll happily have a chat with you about your project. Equally, you could book one of our 20-minute online consultations. So if you're liking the content that we're putting out and it's of interest to you, then please hit subscribe on the button so you get notified of the latest video. And thanks for watching. Hope it's been helpful.